Hello and welcome to Whether or Not. We have another great show for you today. Brian will be in the studio with your weekend forecast. Mike will be talking about winter preparedness. And we have Nature in the News stories where we can talk about how you can become an astronaut and monarch butterflies. So sit back and relax because Whether or Not starts right now. Hello and welcome to Whether or Not. I'm your host, Veronica Dolan.
And I'm your forecaster, Brian Mastro. We've got under some changes here at Whether or Not. We have this whole new great set, which I really love this set up here in our weather center. And we will be having some even more changes coming ahead in the near future. However, they won't be as dramatic as this one. What do you think?
I think all the changes are great, Brian, and we'll see more of it throughout the rest of our show. But for now, we are going to our Nature in the News.
The U.S. government is putting a new focus on preparing for solar storms. A large solar flare could potentially cause power outages and problems with electrical equipment throughout the world. That could take years to recover from. The plan is to create a space weather action plan, which includes plans for new satellites for better detection of warning signs, as well as finding a way to protect Earth's power equipment, particularly the transformers. Additionally, the earlier warning from the satellites could allow time for devices to be turned off in order to limit their damage. Going forward, a lot of work still needs to be done to prepare Earth for the dangers presented by a large solar flare.
A recent study reveals an aspect about solar energy. It contributes to climate change. The study conducted by climate change research scientist Xiu Hu of the National Center for Atmospheric Research found that solar panels tend to cause regional cooling when converting sunlight into electricity and increase urban area temperatures when the electricity transforms into heat. Researchers conducted climate model sensitivity experiments to look at the effects of solar panels placed in various regions. Solar power is the world's most abundant source of renewable energy. However, researchers say using even the smallest amount of attainable solar power would be enough to provide energy for the entire globe. Large solar installations affect global and regional climate by taking solar radiation and distributing it in a different manner than natural processes. The farms change local radiation balance, resulting in changes in atmospheric circulation.
If you ever dreamed about becoming an astronaut, this might be your chance to make that dream a reality. With plans to resume manned space travel in the coming years, NASA is opening applications for new astronauts in December. The applications are open to the general public, however, it is a highly competitive position. Last time, in 2011, NASA received over 6,000 applications for only 8 positions, for an acceptance rate of only around 0.1%. NASA is not sure how many new astronauts they are looking for this time, but applicants are expected to have a background in engineering and science, particularly astronomy, and must have good eyesight. One of the goals of the next round of space travel is deep space travel and to land on Mars. So if you think you have what it takes to be the first person on Mars, send NASA your application this December.
The dwindling population of the monarch butterfly may flourish due to the California drought. Suburban homeowners are replacing their lawns with drought-resistant plants like milkweed. These plants, which are native to California's deserts, could save the drought and monarchs at the same time, seeing that the females only lay eggs on milkweed. The arrival of the plant comes at a crucial time since monarch butterfly populations have dropped from 1 billion to fewer than 60 million in just 2 decades. Milkweed was removed in many places nationwide because of development and pesticides. Earlier this year, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announced a $1.2 million starter investment to restore habitat. Other national projects aim to distribute milkweed seeds by mail and build databases of breeding habitats as alarm grows. Customers who want to be drought savvy but also want to attract butterflies have increased business, allowing more than 14,000 plants to be sold.
Hello, I'm Brian Mastro, and we're going to be taking a look at your forecast for this weekend here in central Pennsylvania. We'll start by taking a look at the setup that we have for your day on Friday, as we do have quite the weather system set up over the eastern half of the United States for Friday, as we have this low pressure system set up over northern New England, and behind that we will have rain across much of upstate New York, and then even further west, right around Lake Erie, we will be getting some mixed precipitation showers in and around northwestern Pennsylvania. Those could even extend down here to State College overnight on Friday into Saturday. And then even further behind that, there will be some mixed precipitation over Michigan, and then some snow even over Wisconsin and Minnesota. And then looking ahead for Saturday, those lingering mixed precipitation showers will continue to stick around just due to some lake effect for your day on Saturday. Those won't be anything too significant, as we will have this high pressure system setting up over Kentucky and Tennessee, and that will be dominating our weather pattern as we do continue throughout the rest of the weekend and into next week as well. And that will bring us some cooler conditions for your day on Saturday, and it will be pretty cloudy here in Pennsylvania. However, for your day on Sunday, it will be clearing up and becoming nice and warm for this time of year as this high pressure system continues to dominate. All of the precipitation clears out for your day on Sunday across all of the eastern half of the United States, and then it will be pretty dry and mild as well, leaving us with an absolutely gorgeous end to the weekend. So here's what we're actually looking at for your day on Friday. We're expecting a high temperature of around 47 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, and it will be pretty windy during the day on Friday as well. And then going into Friday night, it does cool down quite a bit to around 34 degrees, and those wintry precipitation showers could extend down here into State College. However, those will mostly be concentrated to our north and to our west. However, if you are going out on Friday night, make sure you are prepared for the chance of some wintry precipitation. Make sure you bring a jacket and some protection from the elements. And then for your day on Saturday, we'll have a high temperature of only around 43 degrees, so it will be pretty chilly and will be under partly cloudy skies. And then overnight Saturday is more of the same, not in terms of the precipitation, but in terms of the temperature, as we'll be dropping all the way down to 32 degrees, so down to the freezing mark, so make sure you do bundle up if you're planning on going out on Saturday night. However, it will be mostly clear skies, no more wintry precipitation here in State College. And then for your day on Sunday, which is definitely the pick of the weekend, it'll be 55 degrees. All the precipitation and all the clouds will have cleared out of central Pennsylvania, leaving us with some bright, sunny skies and an absolutely gorgeous end to the weekend. And now, here's Michael Priante with a feature on winter weather preparedness.
The winter season is fast approaching, and although it might not be snowing outside, it sure is getting colder as the days are growing shorter and the nights are growing longer. And before it starts to get real bad outside, it's really important for you to take action now and be prepared for the winter weather before it strikes to stay safe this holiday season.
The winter season officially starts on the 21st of December and does not end until the 21st of March. Most of the general public is familiar with these set of dates, but meteorologists like to follow a different seasonal range. Meteorological winter starts on the 1st of December rather than the 21st and ends on the 1st of March. While one set of guidelines follows an astronomical cycle using the moon and the sun, the other follows a more seasonal view looking at temperature patterns and climatological views. Despite these guidelines, the weather will do what it wants in the end, and cold weather can happen much earlier or later than these set dates.
Well, the one thing you can do to be prepared this winter season is making sure you have the right winter weather gear. And whether that be having a nice warm hat, some nice warm gloves, or even a warm scarf to protect your neck and face from the cold to prevent frostbite, it's extremely important picking the right attire for the right weather. And also picking the right winter jacket is very important, keeping the warm heat around your body. Although it doesn't have to be a huge winter coat like the one I'm wearing currently, it just has to keep enough body heat around you so that you don't have to get hypothermia. Also, dehydration is another concern this winter, and although it might be cold, we do sweat and we do release the same amount of water as we would in the summer, so make sure you carry enough fluids around the day to keep yourself hydrated.
Besides preparing your winter weather attire, becoming winter weather ready in any emergency is very beneficial to staying safe this winter season. When heading out in disruptive weather, it is always safe to pack an emergency survival kit, whether it's in the back of your car or even in your own home. The CDC recommends keeping a checklist of things that you might need in case of a weather emergency. This list consists of the following items: a cell phone, a portable radio, extra batteries, an extra blanket or two, some flashlights, plenty of drinking water, non-perishable foods, a first aid kit, and much, much more. You can visit the link here to read up more on a survival kit items you might need in your home or in your car. Along with preparing an emergency kit, stocking up on winter supplies such as snow shovels, snow blowers, and even salt early on in the season can help mitigate any issues down the road, especially when these supplies become scarce and hard to find in impending snowstorms. Checking your local weather forecasts, whether that might be from your local news station or any other media outlet, is always a good idea to better prepare yourself for any day that might lead to hazardous weather conditions. Warnings, watches, and advisories are also very important to keep an eye on, as they will detail the exact hazards that are possible with any winter storm. Now, forecasting the winter season is a difficult one, especially for many meteorologists. Getting the exact weather pattern that will occur is almost impossible to do. But despite these limitations, staying safe and being well prepared can mean the difference between life and death. For Whether or Not, I'm Michael Priante.
Thank you for that, Michael. Hopefully everybody is able to stay safe this winter season. Now let's take a look at your extended forecast here for central Pennsylvania. We'll be starting with your weekend recap. For your day on Friday, we'll have that high temperature coming in at around 47 degrees, dropping off to around 34 degrees overnight on Friday, when the potential for some mixed precipitation does work its way into Pennsylvania, particularly northwestern Pennsylvania around Lake Erie. However, that does even have the chance to extend down here into State College overnight on Friday, so make sure you are prepared for that if you're going outside Friday night. And then the precipitation clears out for your day on Saturday. However, the clouds do remain, and it'll still be quite chilly, as we'll only have a high of around 43 degrees for your day on Saturday, dropping off to the freezing mark Saturday night. So once again, bundle up if you are going outside on Saturday night as well. And then Sunday, everything clears out for our pick of the weekend. So we'll have plentiful sunshine and a high temperature coming in around 55 degrees. It's an absolutely gorgeous end to the weekend. And now let's take a look at the extended forecast, as Sunday does begin to set up the pattern for next week, as we will continue to have sunshine on Monday, and for the entire week these temperatures will be quite above average throughout the entirety of the week. However, there is the chance for some rain showers on Wednesday, which is the warmest day of the week, as we'll be up around 60 degrees, significantly above our average temperature, which is around the mid to upper 40s for this time of year. So we'll be nearly 10 to 15 degrees above that for your day on Wednesday. However, that rain does work in before leaving us, clearing out for Friday, and it is still well above average for your day on Friday. So just make sure you do remember the warm November.
Thanks, Brian, for that. It looks to be quite chilly at the start of our weekend.
Yeah, but once we get into the latter half of the weekend, into the start of next week, that will begin to warm up a bit.
Sounds good. And now to our Weather Whiz quiz. Earlier in the show, we asked you, in order for blizzard conditions to be met, what are the wind and visibility requirements? Is it A, 20 miles per hour and 1 mile visibility, B, 35 miles per hour and a quarter mile visibility, C, 50 miles per hour and an eighth mile visibility, or D, 30 miles per hour and a half mile visibility? If you guessed B for blizzard, then you're correct. And that's all we have for our show today. I'm your host, Veronica Dolan.
And I'm your forecaster, Brian Mastro. Have a terrific rest of your day.